Hello, hello.
I love my own music.
Howdy.
Speaking of music, I got some Leo music going on right now for the background.
Oh, nice. Which one is it?
The next destination.
Next Destination. I've listened to all of them, but I don't know all the names yet. There's
This one with the DeLorean going down the road.
Oh, yeah. That one, and then there's one, and I talked about it on one of my streams, that for some reason, because it's very 80s synth, but it's got a, anyway, it sounds to me, it sounds very inspired by the pole position theme.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's got this theme song that goes, you know, that pole position thing. I loved that show, by the way. Anything that had a Mustang turning into a car that could fly was awesome.
But it was like the second Knight Rider before the second Knight Rider even existed.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I was, because growing up, my mother had a Mustang. She had a '66 Mustang, and so I was obsessed with Mustangs as a kid. And when that, like, seeing a cartoon version of a Mustang, it was the only time I ever saw. Like, the only other cool car I saw in cartoon version of like an actual real car was what was the name of the show where the dude turned into the Camaro?
Turbo Teen.
Turbo Teen. There you go. That show was so stupid, but I used to watch. I haven't watched that show in a long time. I wonder if it holds up at all, because it was like, I liked it as a kid.
Well, it was actually a red Trans Am, but
it was Trans Am.
Yeah.
And what was it? If you spilled water on him, he would turn back into.
If it got hot, he turned into the car. If you got cold, he turned back to the human.
Turned back into the human. Yeah. And he was always getting like water on him. Which, how the hell do you drive around in the rain? Just didn't make sense.
Yeah, if you get cold, you think it'd be the other way around, but
yes. I loved how like his mouth would just stretch out into the freaking grill of the. That show was so weird.
Yes.
But I loved it. It was awesome. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's the audience doing today? What's up, everybody? Good. Glad to hear it.
And don't everybody speak at once.
Don't everyone. Yes. Let's see. I need to get the chat.
We got AK in the house as a little wall. Right. Some news drops this week with toy stuff.
I haven't even looked at the news yet. There was a couple of things that I remember picking up or pulling up from Facebook that I saw that was pretty cool, but I haven't even looked. Like, usually I go check out Toy Arc, but I've been busy today.
Yeah, we had the Marvel Legends live stream today too.
Yeah, obviously that was the big thing that I watched today. Which, by the way, well, we'll get into it. Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't want to blow my load now.
Yep, there was also sad news regarding that one company.
What?
Diamond Select.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Is that sad? I mean, I'm honestly, like,
well,
they're filing for bankruptcy, and they're either gonna be fined or they're gonna get bought out by somebody.
Well,
gonna keep.
I was a friend of mine that does the comic book unboxing this week. He did some looking into it. Diamond owes $31 million.
Yeah,
$9 million of it that's to Penguin Random House because they have to buy their Marvel comics from Penguin Random House because Marvel dropped them. And then the rest they owe to Lunar because DC wouldn't let sell to Diamond at all, so they had to go to Lunar and buy the comic there.
What happened? I mean, because so again, very long time since I've been into comics, but like back in the 80s and 90s, Diamond was the place. That's who distributed to every comic book shop that I knew. Yeah, they obviously got all the Marvel, all the DC.
Back in the 90s, you had Previews and you had Diamond. Then one of them went. I think one absorbed the other one, bought the other one. I think Diamond was the.
I mean, I used to order direct from Diamond. You know? And so
what's going to make things worse if Diamond does fold? Penguin that distributes Marvel and like IDW and stuff like that. Other companies, they don't want more customers. So people that's already jumped ship, like my friend Archville Comics, He's already on Penguin and Lunar, and Penguin don't want any more customers. They're kind of the max capacity.
So the only way those other people were getting it was through Diamond getting it and distributing to them.
Yeah. So if you didn't already go to get accounts with Penguin, you're kind of screwed with Marvel.
Jeez.
Marvel and like IDW, I know both are on Penguin. Lunar does Dark Horse and DC Comics, which.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, in the end, I mean, they're filing Chapter 11. So depending on how everything washes out, I mean, a lot of companies do this and then come out the other side just fine and business stays.
I think they have been selling assets. I think there's a company that's looking at their gaming distribution stuff. They're outside of the company. So another company's looking to buy that.
I'm wondering about Diamond Select, though. I'm wondering what
yeah, I know. I made that little meme of Todd, that guy behind the tree. Look, and people have already started stealing my picture. And
well, I mean, look. I mean, from a certain perspective, right? Like if he and I don't know what their Marvel license is and how long their Marvel license good, right? But like, if he swooped in and bought that asset, technically he would have the license to make 7-inch scale Marvel figures.
Yep.
For however long they had that license, I don't know. They've had that license. When did Diamond Select get that license? It was like late 90s, right?
They've had it for a long time.
Yeah, they've had it for over 20 years.
Well, long as Diamond Select's been a thing, they've had a Marvel license.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know.
Plus, they have license for other companies now too.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a way, like, for some company, maybe McFarlane, maybe someone else, to have the license to make 7-inch scale, you know, Marvel figures.
Yeah.
Well, I overheard a little bit of what you guys were saying when I was dealing with a customer, but Diamond right now, they filed for Chapter 11. Not that they're going bankrupt. Everybody wants to say bankrupt. The internal communications from the company, which I got emails from, they filed Chapter 11 so they could restructure their business. They have two companies that are going to invest. One has a letter of intent for $39 million. The other one, $41 million for something else. They are interested in selling off stuff that they probably don't even need, like Diamond UK, Diamond Select, and Alliance Games. So, or if they partner and just take investment or whatever it is.
That's what I was figuring when they wanted to keep the comic distribution.
And you know, a lot of people think automatically, they're going to go out of business. So they want to jump ship. No. Diamond had weathered the storm back in the 90s with the downfall of comics, or not downfall, but the downward trend of comics back then. They'll weather the storm now. There's a few hiccups in their stuff right now, because they were moving 2 distribution warehouses into one during the holidays, which has been thrown a monkey wrench into everything. Even some of my books are showing up late, which I just got some of my books, this week's books, today. I'll probably get the balance of them next week with the new shipment, which I get it, but everybody's like, oh man, Lunar, you should go to the other distributors. Well, nobody else is doing what Diamond does. Diamond distributes more than just comic books. Lunar does comic books, yes. A handful of statues, no action figures, nothing else, no cards, no nothing. And I mean, I look at their wholesale website. You type in collectibles, nothing but maybe 7 or 8 statues and some lights. That's it.
That's going to be the big thing if something happens with Diamond, is the toy distribution, because nobody wants to go through Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth don't give you no
the sad part about it is, I have a wholesale account with Entertainment Earth. I match the prices to Diamond. Diamond's a little cheaper per dollar. So, I mean, but I ordered something from Entertainment Earth back in August. It kept getting pushed back month by month by month. I just barely got it. And I'm just like, 6 months, guys.
I've had a couple friends look into getting Entertainment Earth, like dealer license, wholesale license. Mm-hmm. As a standard customer, I get better pricing than the back end price. Unless you're buying like super amount of bulk, you don't get no discount. Plus, you got to pay shipping. You don't get the free shipping. Like if I get over $75, I get free shipping. No, that don't work that way with through Inter.
And Diamond, speaking of shipping, Diamond has been working with UPS, and they renegotiated their shipping prices. My shipping has been cut way less than half because now it's based on dollar amount and not by weight, which is just, I love it. The fact that they go above and beyond, a lot of people like to, they're a monopoly. Nobody else in the past 40-something years has been wanting to do what Diamond does. Nobody wants to undertake that. They created Diamond back in, the late 70s, early 80s, because all comic shops were ordering from dozens of different distributors. Diamond made it simple and more easier for comic shops to order from one place as opposed to opening up multiple accounts. I mean, that right now I go through over a dozen different distributors just for different other stuff like NECA and this and that.
Well, back in the day, back in the 90s, you could order straight from Hasbro if you had a wholesale license. They don't let you do that no more. You have to have an intermediary.
McFarlane wants you to ridiculous amounts that you have to order to open up any type of wholesale account, and he doesn't care about the little guys, and we're the guys that are selling his stuff. You know, so it's very difficult to open up these accounts with these bigger companies when you're gonna have to, sell your liver just to open up an account. Not even. When Diamond is doing it, and you can order everything through Diamond, and you don't have to open up an account with these different companies, just them. So, people need to really reassess the way they think about certain companies.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to answer this for Alpha Proto. This music is done by a friend of both Matt and I, and Sith, and Leo Red, and he has a channel called Grotesque Beats.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. He writes all this stuff, and it is just fantastic. I asked him if I could use this in the background music. He said, "Go ahead."
Yeah.
And definitely go check his channel out. Go subscribe to it. He keeps pumping out tons of this great music.
Yep. Leo's a good dude. I've known him for about a decade now, and he's a great dude. And his music is awesome. And this is what he's been doing music for over 20 years. So I use I've got like a couple different tracks that I use for background music on my shows. They're awesome. Everybody should go subscribe.
Yeah, definitely go subscribe.
I agree with what you said. NECA definitely takes care of the little guy, So, and I will say this: out of all the companies I deal with, NECA has the best profit margins still. So at least you can order stuff from them, like cases and stuff, and you're going to make a decent amount of profit. Unlike Hasbro, Mattel, McFarlane Toys, where you make what? You have to hope you have a complete sell-through. You just get your
what you get for the bang for the buck for NECA,
which
you get unique sculpts, you get beautiful paint jobs, and for basically half the price of Super 7, which you don't get the paint, you don't get the good sculpts, you don't get good articulation, and you're getting more and great collector packaging from
very few. And there's very little reuse when it comes to NECA, unless it's like maybe the Predators. That's fine, but as far as like other bodies, all unique sculpts, like you said. Which, I don't know how they do that and keep their prices the way they are and the profit margin the way it is. But hey, man, other companies should take a page out of their playbook.
Oh, and when they make a glow in the dark figure, it actually glows in the dark.
What? That's crazy.
Yep. That's impossible.
That doesn't happen, sir.
Hey, that's
Uncle Todd told us that that's just too hard to do. We know better than that. Don't try to pull the wool over our eyes.
Well, this came in this week.
Oh, man, I got in all those Joes. The only thing I have left is Storm Shadow.
The Zendar, he looks good.
Yeah, really nice.
Seems like it would be very. Seems like it would be very, very uncomfortable to have a plate carrier on, with no shirt.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't have sensitive nipples.
For quote Drax.
He's got a crop top under there, bud.
Nope, he's bare shirt. He's bare chest.
Got to put some speed tape over
He
those.
needs a '90s crop topper on there, like they're running down the beach on Rocky. But '80s,
Gambit in X-Men '97.
yeah.
Jared,
Do what now?
Jared, I have a question for you. I have a customizing question for you before we get into the Hasbro stuff, because I know we're gonna spend a lot of time on that. What I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna try to do something similar to what you did with your Solar Man of the Atom.
Uh-huh.
So I'm. How do you do the darker definition in the muscles? Do you do the darker color first and then dry brush over it, or okay? That's what I thought, because that's what it looks like. But I wasn't sure if you did that first or you come back.
No, if I do the base coat, I do the base coat solid color, then I'll do the dry brush. I mean, the wash over top of it, then dry brush back over top of that.
Okay. Because I'm gonna what I'm doing is I'm putting together, and I told you this, I'm putting together an Invaders display.
Mm-hmm.
And that figure I was asking you about, the red body with the cuffed boots and gloves, I'm gonna do a Blazing Skull.
Oh yeah.
With those don't know Blazing Skull, basically he's a big, bulky, red-suited dude with cuffed boots and cuffed gloves, but he's got basically a Ghost Rider head, essentially. I mean, he looks like Ghost Rider, but I kind of want to get. I kind of want to mimic and do that. Kind of have some definition there in the musculature. So that's why I was asking how you do it, because I've never done that before, and I want to try it. I want to see how it turns out.
Now, with the Red Guardian, you can swap out the boots. Since you need red boots, just grab the Captain. Grab what you call it? U.S. Agent. He's got red boots. You can get them cheap at an Ollie's if they're still around.
So yeah, I'm gonna do. The only thing I do is I'm gonna try and find a decal for the skull and crossbones he has on his chest. I'm not hand painting that shit because it's gonna look awful if I do. So I need to find a decal for that skull and crossbones he has on his chest. And I've already got I found a guy on eBay who does kind of he does a bunch of different Ghost Rider heads out of resin. And I've ordered from him before, and he doesn't just do like straight. So I found one that's very Ghost Rider inspired, but it doesn't look exactly like Ghost Rider. And so I want it to look a little different. I don't want it to look exactly like a Hasbro Ghost Rider figure.
Right.
I want it to look a little different. So he's got a little bit different, like I would say musculature, but bone shape to his face and stuff. And he's got a little bit bigger of a flame coming off his head, because if you've ever seen, especially when they reintroduced Blazing Skull, I think in the 80s and 90s, yeah, that's Blazing Skull. He's basically got a Ghost Rider head. So I want him to I don't want him to just look like he's got a Ghost Rider head. I want him to look a little bit different. So yeah, I gotta get those that crossbones thing for his chest. So I'm gonna get a decal on that. I'm using the Red Guardian body, because I want him to be big and bulky. So I'm working on him, and then I'm working on a custom Bucky figure. And here's the question I have for you. I've got two ways that I can go with Bucky. Maybe the audience wants to chime in on this. I got two ways I can go with Bucky. I can go classic Bucky, classic, spandex tights and spandex arms, but the centerpiece to his suit has the buttons and everything on it, right? Which if I go that route, I'm gonna use the AIM soldier's body, and I'm gonna do the swap out on the legs and the arms, so that I can get that correct look. Or the other thing that I was thinking of, and you guys tell me, I can do a little bit more of a modern, or not modern, it wouldn't be modern, but maybe quote unquote realistic take on Bucky, where he's not wearing spandex, but maybe something a little more appropriate, or a little bit, it's Bucky-esque, but looks more like something somebody would wear during World War II, by using the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Star-Lord body, where he's got a little bit more combat boots, but he's got the kind of the top that mimics Bucky, I'd probably redo the upper arms. I'd probably replace the upper arms at the pins, so he'd got some bigger gloved hands. Obviously, do a head swap, but he's already blue too, which is going to make him a lot easier to paint.
Oh yeah. That's why if mine was what I said was like more expensive option, but that was the
the one from the 5-pack. Yeah.
But used to be able to get those pretty cheap, but probably not now. Now that you need them.
That dude goes for like $50, and I'm not. If I buy him, I'm just going to keep him the way he is. So, but I don't know. Would you go more classic and use like the AIM Buck torso and swap out the arms and legs for a more classic Bucky look, or would you go with more of like a realistic?
I would go with the Star-Lord for a little more unique look to him.
Okay, because I was thinking about that, and
if you get, you're kind of doing a weird time to do customs. I was gonna say,
shouldn't you be packing?
Yeah,
I still like doing shit.
Honey, are you gonna pack up all of this? Hey, look, I'm customizing, woman. Leave me alone.
You guys cease to exist until you get done moving, okay?
There you go.
I guess I could take him and put cuffed boots on him because his boots, are separate pieces. But if I'm gonna go with this look, I kind of like the overall look. This looks more like a World War II uniform,
It works very well.
And then I can do a Bucky head, get rid of the red stripes. I'd just get rid of those, keep him all blue. He'd do his boots in red, do gloves in red, and then give him a Bucky head. So I don't know. Yeah, but I do like the idea of doing this. I might end up doing both because I did actually already order the AIM Soldier because Amazon had that AIM Soldier 2-pack with the 2 different soldiers for $25. So I had already ordered it. So I'm gonna have both. So I might actually do both versions of Bucky. But we'll see.
He ain't got no arm. He ain't got no arm, Quinn.
Dagon.
But the Amazon 2-pack's coming out and he's got a second arm.
No.
Is it like an invisible force arm, or is it?
He's only got one arm, and then you do have a second arm.
I never played the video game, so somebody was telling me that it's a force arm. So I'm like, okay, that works.
It was okay.
Ain't got no legs.
Ain't got no gas in it.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Maul. Hey, shall we talk about the Hasbro live stream? I really want to talk about this.
Well, I guess, Jared, do you got anything this week, or is that the only thing you had?
Oh, I forgot pickups this week.
I
picked up nothing for the 3rd week in a row.
I ordered stuff. I don't have it here yet.
Okay, I've got a couple of things. Then we'll move on to the main course. So I got
this chopped liver over here.
DC Direct Red Hood.
Nice, very nice.
Got this from GameStop. I got. Let's see what else. Now it's all Mattel stuff.
So I got this
week. So I got
Jared got some Mattel stuff this week.
Like Superman.
Oh yeah, I did get some Mattel stuff.
And you completed that Guy Gardner, didn't you?
Yeah, I got enough to put them together.
Nice.
Well, let's see. Now the rest of them are in plastic bubble sleeves. Here's one. See what this is.
It's an action figure.
Make sure it's suitable to go on camera. Okay.
Oh, ooh, nice. Very nice. That's a great figure.
What's next? Let's see. I got another one. It is Nightfall Batman.
Very nice.
Batman.
That's the one with the slashes on the shirt?
Yes.
That was the one from the 2-pack?
Yes. I don't have Azrael yet, but it is the one with the 2-pack. Then I got this one. Wally West Signature Collection.
Ooh.
That Wally West Signature Series is nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's nothing wrong with the box. It was shipped in.
Let's see.
Nothing wrong with that box.
I got another
one. It's like Amazon stomped on it before they stuck it in the box. Good thing I got another one Coming from a buddy of mine.
Got old
Yes,
Parasite.
Jared delivered that one. Ooh, I like the Parasite.
I would love. That's one of those figures I would love to see supersized. Because that look at those Parasite, he was huge in comics, and it'd been really cool to have like a big one.
Let's see, I got 2 more for this week. Pull them out of here. Here's another one. DC Multiverse. Kyle Rayner.
Kyle.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
You need to get that Lobo from that Build-A-Figure set or Collecting Connect.
I'm going to try to get him. Then I got one more.
It's
This one
nice.
just came in today, too. Make sure he's
Party
got
on, Darth.
everything.
Party on, Darth.
The last one I got this week, I got classic Green Arrow.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one coming too.
Jared just got that one too.
Actually, I don't. That's the first release of Green Arrow. I got the modern Green Arrow.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't have that one. With his Robin Hood hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one on eBay. I ordered it too, so.
Nice. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Most of it's like a Mattel stuff, so.
Oh, the plastic smell.
Oh,
My GameStop had the vintage collection look.
Farm Boy
Farm
Luke.
Boy.
Nice.
I like the head sculpt on that new one.
I do too. He looks really good. They also had Magic.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that one. It's a
They need to really
Beachhead.
give us, like I really. How long are we going to have to wait? Like I know, and we're going to talk about some of the teams they're finally starting to give us figures for in this whole stream. But like, when are we going to get some New Mutants? Like, we've got Warlock, we've got Magic, we've got who else do we have? We've never gotten Cypher. We've never gotten a New Mutants Cannonball. We did get what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? The Native American girl.
Pocahontas.
No, why am I blanking on her name? I have her on my shelf. Anyway, we've got her in her New Mutants outfit. New Mutants is like titular classic X-Men era, Chris Claremont, Bill Sienkiewicz. Like, why haven't they finished that team? Anyway, I'm done bitching.
Yeah, Beachhead.
This is a nice figure.
Where are you finding your Secret Wars?
You what?
My GameStop still only has Iron Man.
I got this from Amazon. It's like, remember I showed you the fresh box? The packing box that was shipped in is fine. They stomped in it. They stomped on the blister card before they stuck it in the box.
Or they stuck it in the box, stomped on it, and they closed it up.
No. The box is pristine. I mean, it's like
Her
just
name is
the nicest looking shipping box you ever seen. And then they stomped on it.
and her name is Danny. Is it Danny Moonstar? Isn't that her name?
Nice.
It's Danny
Yep.
something.
And New 52 Superman.
I got that one. That was a great figure.
I have a whole bunch more coming, but they won't be here until later in the week, so. No, I sold a whole bunch of McFarlane multiverse figures, so.
We need to become unburdened by what has been. Sorry. That's funny. That's a political joke. Thank you, Big Renzo. Make me laugh.
Yeah, this is done really well. So this was one of the things I love. They hid the thigh rotation down low in the boot. So why couldn't they have done that with the Miss Marvel for the target exclusive? They had the sculpted boots, but then they put the big ugly seam right in the middle of that boot. They could have hit it inside the boot. Yep, the swivel like this. They do it with Iron Man, very similar like shape too, like the one of the last Iron Mans we got. Like they got that tapered shape up top, and the thigh swivel was hidden inside.
Yep.
Oh, this is brilliant. Just do the articulation like this, where you hide articulation when you can. When
I still haven't gotten any Secret Wars because Quinn hasn't gotten any Secret Wars.
Yep. I'm expecting them any time, man. They're going to hit me before the end of the month.
Entertainment Earth just hit like a shipping notice on some of the other ones I ordered. The rest of the wave. They shipped everything except for Iron Man and Wolverine.
The sad part about it is these companies, since they're solid cases of solid figures, they are sending them out one at a time, which sucks. That's why GameStop's only getting like Iron Man, you know?
Yeah.
Like Amazon, the only one you can get for like retail right now is Iron Man, because they must have got cases of just Iron Man.
Yep. And Iron Man is considered an evergreen item in the industry, which means he will always sell.
Even at discount rates. We got the.
Mr. Garrell says maybe I shouldn't watch this. Here I am scrolling on eBay. Dude, I do that all the time. Like while we're doing the show and somebody starts talking about stuff, I've got like eBay open over here on my second screen. I'm like, wait, what was that? Let me just
all those like deluxe figures and sitting there like, come on, give us a deluxe Hulk. Give us a deluxe Hulk.
Yeah. Well, we haven't gotten a Professor Hulk since Toy Biz days, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I will say, out of all the reveals today, I mean, I was pretty happy with everything, you know, for the most part.
Well, let's talk about it because I'm very excited about this.
The two that I love the most, and I think you'll agree with me on both of them, is Marvel Girl and Spider-Man. I mean, both of those were just phenomenal reveals. Now, if you've noticed in the stream, Marvel Girl did not have her boots painted. This might be an early prototype sample, so we may still get her boots colored. They didn't address it in the video, but you know, we may get her boots colored, hopefully.
Well, let's talk about it here. We got Marvel Girl. We're finally getting to now. I mean, I guess you know, I've always considered the Cyclops we already had to be the titular X Factor Cyclops because of the white stripe, which was, for those that don't know, used in far more issues than the yellow striped suits were.
Oh yeah.
They've decided while they're putting out new X Factors, they're going to go with the yellow stripes. That's fine, I guess. So I guess they're just like, hey, those of you that wanted the white stripe, fuck off. I don't know.
Well, they gave us the white stripe on the Bucky Cat body.
Yeah, but that was a metallic paint job, though, which mine is all faded. So.
Oh, dude, I've bought that body many times because I use it for customs. And I love that body. Like, I've got a custom Iceman on that body. I've had no issues with this. You've bought this thing many, many times. I like that figure, but I do understand new buck, all that kind of stuff. Vulcan body, great, cool, whatever. I don't mind the new one. I just wish they were the white stripes because, again, that was the more common look for all the figures. And that's also what they released Angel in. They released him with the white stripe, not the yellow stripe. And they just released him a few months ago. He's a brand new figure.
He's not in his X Factor outfit. He's in his Halo outfit.
What's the same thing? Because that's what he was wearing when X Factor started.
X Factor, he has a red outfit, but with a white X. This one is his Halo outfit with the Halo.
Yeah, that's right. It's got the stripe down the middle. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You guys caught what Dwight Schultz said, and then Dan Yoon kind of like, he alluded that repaints. So we're going to get Marvel Girl in her orange and yellow. We'll get Cyclops in his white and blue. And we're probably going to get, obviously, Angel in his X Factor outfit. Beast, are we going to get Beast in the furry or the Beast in his?
I really, 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 really hope, because they're doing the yellows, right? So this was, because by the time he blued out, they were already doing the white stripes. I'm assuming that we're going to get classic Beast. He's going to be regular Beast before the blue in the brown and yellow with the yellow stripe. I hope so. We've never gotten We've never gotten a classic Beast.
We did. It was a 5-pack from Toys R Us, and it sucked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That first
he didn't have a lot of articulation in him.
No.
Yeah, he was from that first class 5-pack.
It was a nice attempt, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
He didn't have any wrist articulation, and
if they're gonna do yellow striped suits, they have to. I mean, it's not gonna make any sense to do Blue Beast at all. Which again is what worries me, because Hasbro does stuff that doesn't make sense all the time.
Well, they have good bucks that would work for that. Basically, take the new Hyperion with the diaphragm up top, give them a new ab section, new feet and new feet, spare feet, and that's a good buck for it.
Well, look, I've been wanting X Factor for a long time. I just wanted the outfits that they actually wore more often with the white stripe. But whatever, I'll take whatever, anything that'll get X Factor put together. So I'm happy about the Marvel Girl thing. Except you're right, she doesn't have the boots.
Yep, and I look at the packaging picture of Marvel Girl for the Slick Stage pictures. She don't have the boots.
Now with Marvel Girl, if you notice, they mentioned her Kike effect. It tucks right underneath her hair on the unmasked version, so you can have her like telekinetic abilities showing.
Oh yeah, they have that showing, huh?
Yeah. The masked one's all right, but I prefer the unmasked. It looks so good. That figure is going to rock in the yellow and orange, or yellow and red colors, or whatever it is.
I'll have to pick it up. I have so many other versions of Jean Grey, so I'll have to add it to the list.
Again, would rather have the white stripe, but I think the figure's great. I'm glad they're finally starting to give us X Factor.
You think you're going to have this one. This is the bad news about this one. It's a Target exclusive.
Yes, that's the one drawback. The damn Target exclusive. And they alluded to the rest of the team.
Target exclusive.
I bet you anything they're going to make them all Target exclusives. Which
that's what seems like they straight up said. The rest of the X Factor is going to be Target exclusive.
Which, man, now I need to be extra vigilant.
And if you don't have a red card, credit card, Target will pre-authorize the money for your pre-order every week until it comes out.
I do, so I'm okay.
You just got to make sure you update your shipping.
We didn't get a date on any of this stuff, did we?
Next month.
It just said February, but not like an actual date.
Oh, not an actual date.
Yeah.
Now, for that wave, I'm probably going to get solicitations next week sometime. But I think the Marvel Girl is going to be next month.
The head sculpts on the cat totally look like that horrible 90s Captain America movie that was straight to DVD, VHS.
Look at that. Yellow boots right there on the package.
Yep.
Yeah, but not in the package.
On the cover of X Factor #1, she had yellow boots.
Yep.
Right.
But again, this might be an early prototype sample that they're using. So it's a possibility.
So stay tuned for pre-order info. So we'll see what's going on with that. But I mean, in general, I'm glad to get X Factor, and it is a good buck. So, all right, what else do we got here? Okay, yeah, Electro. Look, we all knew this was coming.
Yep.
This is. I mean, they've been slowly dropping out all the villains from.
Well, everybody's been like cashing in and selling their first Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro. That's come to the end. The market will drop on that one.
Either way, I don't care, because I still like. I'm gonna be honest. I have that figure. I love that figure. It's a great figure. I was never gonna get rid of that one. So, I hated that look for him in the movie. However, I really like the action figure, so I was never gonna get rid of that one anyway. This one looks cool, I guess. I'm going to be real honest. The only one of the villain figures that I've bought was the Green Goblin. It was the only one I really cared about. The Sandman was just awful. Doc Ock was good. I just really wasn't interested in a movie version of Doc Ock.
I bought Doc Ock, and he's a great figure.
Yeah, I have the Doc Ock. I needed something to do with that awful Tobey Maguire figure. So
Yeah, I like the Doc Ock figure. It's a good figure. I'm just not really interested in the movie version of Doc Ock for me personally. However, I did like the Green Goblin is fantastic. This one looks fantastic. I don't know how interested I am in it, to be honest with you, because I mean, I don't know. It's cool, but it's going to be a deluxe figure, so this one's going to be what, $35-40?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the only reason why is because it comes with a stand. That's it. It's not a deluxe figure. But
Stand and electric effects.
Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing about it that says deluxe. I mean, they've got a picture of it in the box, don't they?
To me, it says wait till it goes on discount.
It's just like there's nothing in this package that screams deluxe. Other than like stand in there.
This Magic figure came with 2 swords, a dragon, an extra flaming skull head, bunch of magic effects, and at its regular price.
Well, that was also a few years ago. And I believe it was a Walgreens exclusive.
Yep. And Walgreens were covered up with them for a couple of years, too.
Yep.
That's why Walgreens don't carry Marvel Legends no more.
Yeah, we've had a few price increases the past couple of years, so things have gone up considerably.
But,
yeah, it's a cool looking figure. It's very movie accurate. I don't know if I'm interested in it yet. But
yeah, that one for me is an easy pass.
So anyway, January 30th.
You would have had a better costume.
People that are buying all the No Way Home stuff, it's going to be coming here in about 2 weeks. This is the thing that I'm going to be honest, guys.
I love it.
I got hard.
That screams McFarlane big time. You notice they didn't say McFarlane, but they said 90s Spider-Man. Come on, man. Everybody knows
it's got a little bit of a McFarlane.
I will have to agree with a lot of the nitpicks people are talking about this one. Those eyes are way too far apart.
The eyes, the way they're so big, and then the Spider-Man logo on his chest, that is all McFarlane. The small webbing, all McFarlane. Mm-hmm. And then the poses that they put him in, McFarlane poses.
I'm like Matt. I got excited about this one.
Yeah, that figure is easily going to be $35, if not maybe $39.
No, it's going to be $40. Guaranteed.
It's going to be $40.
The now is $39.99.
It's going to sell like crazy.
Well, so there's a couple things about this. As far as the figure itself goes, everything I saw from this figure, this looks like a perfect Peter Parker body.
It's all new sculpt.
Yeah, I know. Peter Parker to me was always slim. He's not a huge guy, which I think, and we've talked about this many times before. That was the big problem with the 2-pack that we've got, and several of the other Spider-Mans that we've gotten over the years. They're just too big. Peter Parker was not a huge dude. All right, he was very slim build. He was in shape, but he was a slim build, which is why
swimmer's build.
Which is why not for articulation, because the articulation isn't great, but for overall body shape, I still like the Pizza Spidey body for Spider-Man. Because that looks like Peter Parker. The articulations, I mean, by modern standards, is awful, but it's a good shape for that. And this looks like it's mimicking that a lot. Obviously, it's got a ton of articulation.
It's got a more slender build. That's a problem with the that last one, the 2-pack with Mary Jane Spinneret.
Yeah.
Renew your vows.
Renew your vows.
The dude was freaking.
He was too bulky. He's way too bulky.
Yeah. This dude looks nice, slim. The articulation's cool. I love the fact, and I know they got pictures here somewhere, that you can swap out the arms and the head, so you can give him kind of a half-dressed Spider-Man look. That to me right there is enough to buy 2 of these. I'm gonna have one with the uncovered arms and the unmasked head, and one all done up, all masked up. That right there is enough for me to buy 2 of these figures.
It honestly really works well for animated Spidey too.
What you can do with the Renew Your Vows one, since he's too big and bulky, get the Agent Venom and put the Flash Thompson head on it, and when he's pretending to be the protector, Spider-Man's identity.
Yeah. This is the other thing I want to talk about. The Marvel Legends Maximum series. Okay? They didn't really go into it, They said this is a new series we're coming out with. That implies this is not going to be the last one of these kind of super uber, what they consider deluxe figures.
This is supposed to be. Yeah, this is supposed to be like their import line, basically. And people are saying that the next one from a leak list, somebody did say the next one we're supposed to get is Hulk. I think it was Hulk, is what they said.
Well, I mean, let's go through the list here: Captain America, Hulk, Punisher, Iron Man, Spider-Man. All your A-tier Marvel characters will get one of these. If this figure does well, which it's Spider-Man, so fucking of course it is. It's going to do well.
I think the concept behind this Maximum series is we're going to get figures, but with a crap ton more accessories. Because that's what a lot of people want. They want more accessories. All right, fine. They're going to try it out and see if it floats. If it does, then it's going to be the new norm, guys. You know, so, and then if that's the case, great. We're going to get shit tons of accessories, you know.
Which
what you're going to pay for.
I don't mind. One of the things I don't, with the Marvel Legends, I would rather get less and more quality and more time taken into the figures. I would pay more for like the Maximum series. If Marvel Legends just went to that and did and dropped down like half many they release a year, just give us these with all the time they take into good articulation, all the accessories, paying a higher price point, I'd be fine with that.
But see, the problem is with that, you can never make anybody happy.
Right. People, I want more.
And then you piss off the other people. If you do it the other way, you make those people happy, but then you piss off the other people.
Hasbro has a place both ways. Hasbro has a place in the market. Okay? They are not Mafex. Mafex already does that. Higher price, higher quality, more accessories, all that. Mafex and Mezco and all them. That is not Hasbro. And Hasbro may dip their toes into higher end stuff occasionally with something like this.
But the scale is all over the place.
Yes.
Their Daredevil is bigger than the Marvel Legends Daredevil.
Oh, I know.
It's bigger than their Thor.
And when it comes to displaying your figures, you can only display it with one set of hands, guys. So, I mean, two sets of hands, maybe an extra head, I'm good with. You know, other than that, we don't need, there's 7 sets of hands with Spider-Man. That's a lot. I mean,
if you don't have a Spider-Man, though, and you don't have all the extra accessories if you've gotten in the past, it's great.
Oh, yeah, it's a great starter for anybody that's never got a Spider-Man or wants a good one. That one is definitely going to be the good one. Yeah. And I'm definitely upgrading my Renew Your Vows Spider-Man with this one because that is a good figure.
Yeah, the Renew Your Vows, articulation and stuff, it looks fine. He's just too big. They made him bigger than like the retro carded one.
Yeah, Spider-Man is not a big bodybuilder dude. He's just not. He never has been. And that's why I like the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. They use that same buck for what they've got. They've used that buck 3 times, but I like that build for Spider-Man because it looks like a younger Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. Well, gentlemen, this looks great. This is perfect 90s. To me, this looks like a perfect combination of both the McFarlane and the Eric Larson eras of Spider-Man. That's what it looks like to me.
He gave us that other head kind of resembles Eric Larson's art.
Yeah,
which is still not bad. Not bad. But
I know I'm probably in the minority. I like Eric Larson's Spider-Man art better than
Matt. Quinn's got to go.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut anybody off. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next week. It's that time. Until next time.
Yeah, have a good one, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Matt, but Quinn was trying to go for a few minutes.
Yeah, Quinn. No. No, I like this a lot. This is obviously, as a huge Spider-Man fan, this is my favorite thing in the entire live stream. This is going to be $40 easily, no question, no question.
If not more,
yeah. If not more,
I'd almost guess he's going to be a $50 price point.
He might be. I will still buy 2 of these. I was very excited about this. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is by far.
This is not going to be in like Walmart. This is Fan Channel and Amazon.
Yeah. Which I'm glad it's going to be with Amazon, because Amazon buys huge quantities, and whenever they have something, it very rarely goes out of stock quickly like it does at Walmart or Target or all these other fucking places. So
yeah, it's not Transformers. Not worth buying 2.
no. If it was a Transformer, it would be $199 each. But yes, I will be, and I will be. Will be the first pre-order that I will have done in like a year and a half. So I'm going to do it. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Matt, if you don't understand, Matt never pre-orders.
I don't pre-order.
He said he's going to pre-order something. This is a big deal.
It's a big deal. It is a big deal.
This is big. This is big.
Yes.
We should blow an air horn in here. Go.
I'm gonna pre-order 2 of these. So yeah, 100%. I love this. Huge Spider-Man fan. I love the body. I love the articulation. I love the accessories. I love the extra heads. The fact that you can swap out arms. I like it a lot. And
this was when Matt was selling everything off.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yes. True. I love it, man. I'm very happy with this. I hope I get it and it's not a piece of crap. We'll see.
It looks good. That body's gonna get reused because
I hope so.
Dark blue and red. You know they're gonna do the lighter blue. Then they're gonna do
but look at that body. That looks like Peter Parker. That
Yeah.
does not look like some big bodybuilder or anything like that. It's nice. It's slim but muscular. That's what Peter Parker looks like to me. So, and it reminds me of my favorite era of Spider-Man art, which is, late 80s into early 90s. So I was very happy to see this. As I said, to reiterate, it got me hard.
like
The one thing I'm concerned about with it though is quality control with the painted web lines, because none of the web lines are sculpted; they're all painted. So that's the one thing we need to be cautious about is the painted web.
Well, even if they're sculpted, you have to worry about how.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, we always need to.
It's actually harder to hit the sculpted lines than it is the paint lines. Though.
But this is
all going to be digital printed more than likely, so it'd probably be a lot better.
Hopefully.
Yep. We'll see, man. We'll see when it actually drops. But at the moment,
I normally like the lighter blue too, King Collector. But this looks great, though. I'm probably going to get this one. When I first saw this, I have to say, I didn't have the reactions. I was like, another freaking Spider-Man.
when they first showed the picture, and he pulled it out and put it down, and it was in that really, really crouched down position with the head up, and I was like, oh, that's got a lot of articulation.
Hey, +2 with the web ball thing, you can actually display it with a Bushwhacker as coming out of his arm. Bushwhacker.
My only gripe with this is why is the Spidey sense red?
That's what a lot of people were asking in the stream. Like, it should be yellow, not red. And I was wondering that too. Like, it should be yellow.
They probably tried different colors, and it probably just didn't show up right on the material.
That's true. That's true.
Because that's a very white-looking plastic. You paint yellow on that, you're not going to hardly see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's still great. I'm looking forward to it. Now, some people comment that Peter Parker looks like he's on something. Like he's been taking what Harry's had.
I would never display it with the Peter Parker head, so.
Yeah. I like it. I agree with you.
I'm buying too.
Yeah. Well, if you got some like the Pizza Spidey where you got like the half mask pulled down, that would be a great head for this at the Reds match.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm very happy. Hopefully it comes in and it's not a piece of crap, as we know Hasbro has done before. But from what I see here, very excited. And I am very, very curious where they go with this Maximum series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious to see what they do with it.
Maximum clonage.
I mean, that's what
I
it
was
looks
thinking I was going to get a animated Spider-Man, animated
So
series
would be.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
This will work just perfectly for that.
dude, just think about this line here and do the Ultimate Spider-Man that's getting ready to release. Doing this black with the cell shading on it and all the other different accessories. That'd be a great thing to do on this one. Or, ooh, this body, give us a new Miguel. Or,
Yeah. Or just the entire clone.
of course, Miguel, I wouldn't be against having Miguel on the Renew Your Vows bodywork bigger. We need to update it. Original costume Miguel. We did get the new wave coming out too. All redos, except for ROM.
With tiny comic books.
So
Big deal.
the tiny comic book takes place at the Build-A-Figure piece.
Sorry, I was answering a text. I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. I figured that's what you're doing. So I was when I just pulled up.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock. Love this look for Adam Warlock. My only nitpick, like all the different figures are getting 2 head sculpts. Why didn't they give Adam Warlock 2 head sculpts? Because he's just got an angry face. He needs a neutral face for Adam Warlock too. So, especially at the price point these are going to be with no Build-A-Figure piece, you're getting a printed comic book.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I like that. That looks good. It's very Infinity Gauntlet. I like it, but I was really, really hoping we would get the actual classic Adam Warlock.
That would be nice too.
That's what I wanted. I want, like, for people remember, he had a much different outfit. He didn't have black box.
His outfit was mostly like gold with a little bit of red.
Yeah, he had like gold stuff coming off of him, and it was. That's what I wanted. Was like the '70s era Adam Warlock.
With the kind of this wave is mostly redos except for ROM.
Yeah. Like I said, I like it, and this is definitely. I mean, this is how he came out looking in Infinity Gauntlet, which obviously I love, classic storyline, all that. But it was huge, but we've had this figure before.
But that old one is a piece of crap.
It is a piece of crap, but I was really hoping for something new.
This does look great, though. And I know they were like so excited about this. It is nice, but they kind of oversold the little printed comic book thing. I could do this on my printer at work.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, okay, cool, I guess.
I can print small things on a laser printer. But they were really hyping up that tiny little comic book thing. Now this is what I think this was on our redo list from last year. Several of us had the redo Dakin.
Yep, we talked about that. It's a great looking figure. I will more than likely pick it up.
Yep. Well, that's the second Dark Avenger we're getting this year. The Darkness Marvel's coming out. We're getting this one. Plus, in the 3-pack, we got the Iron Patriot. So we're getting out. We're fleshing out our Dark Avengers. We got the Sentry with Walgreens. I think all we need now is what? Ares to be redone.
Ares and Bullseye as Hawkeye, and then you gotta have Matt.
I still like the Ares I have.
And then you gotta have.
Yes,
what are you talking about? That thing's awesome.
The
only problem I have with him is they really should have, and I could do this myself. They should have done the neck better because he has a hard time not looking down on everybody.
Well,
he does not come up at all.
Yeah,
even without the helmet on.
He's got that very cartoony look, like the Ed McGuinness Hulk they did from the 2-pack way back when. The reason why the claws are weird, where he's got 3 claws, the third claw is artificial. I forget the exact reason why. Normally he only has 2 claws, but he had some kind of excessive
Enhancement surgery.
I still love
it's kind of, artifact or something. Gave him a third claw.
And by the way, Hasbro is not going to reproduce that
Patina.
patina on a new figure. It's just going to be gray plastic. Or even
if you want, if you want more characters, you got to look at MattyClippers.com.
Look at the detail on the leather wrapped arms. They're not going to reproduce that, or the leather wrapping on the swords and on the grip on the axe. They're not going to put that much time and effort into a new figure.
I was getting ready to say Dakin doesn't have the third claw anymore. Of course, Dakin's also dead now too. Sabretooth killed him recently.
They're also not going to put that much detail into the feathering on his helmet either. If they do it again,
whoever gave him a third claw hated him.
But yes, this is what sucks. Is that's as far up as he can look, which makes no sense.
They're doing stuff from this era in the comics. I wouldn't mind a Franken-Castle. But the overall build and sculpt looks good. Is that an all new body, or is that the? No,
they said it's a reused
body. It
body.
Looks like the Sunfire body to me.
They said it's reused.
I don't know.
Yes, it's the updated Sunfire with the pinless body.
Yeah.
I got the Xavier here.
Which I think is a good buck for him because he was not a big dude. He shouldn't be on like the Vulcan body or anything.
And he's taller than Wolverine.
He's taller than Wolverine, but he's slimmer than Wolverine. And that's a good body for that.
Yeah, that's definitely the body. Maybe different biceps. I think it's got different biceps. We're a little bulkier. But I think that's it. Of course, different boots too with the Wolverine boots.
It's a good buck for him.
Well, here's a question: how does somebody with a healing factor get a tattoo?
It's a good buck for him, and it's a nice upgrade. However, I will say I am not getting rid of my original Dakin figures. I still love these.
I still like to know, how does somebody with healing factor get a tattoo? Any other?
Anyone?
I don't get it either.
Bueller.
He gets Dark Avengers.
Maybe
it's a temporary tattoo and he reapplies it daily.
That looks great, Sith.
Yeah, we're getting what we all figured was going to come. A repaint of Nancy.
Everybody's just been waiting on this one because this has been one that we've known was coming for a while. This is one that people have been berating Hasbro for not putting out yet for 10 years, at least. So,
and they milked it by giving the blue and yellow first.
Yeah.
So everybody went and bought that one. A lot of people even customized and made a green. Was like, why customize it? It's going to come out.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like, this is cool. I
do. I love both the head sculpts in this figure too.
Yeah. It's a good looking figure. And if you want like a classic Claremont team, he is an absolute must have.
And this head sculpt here too. If you, I know most people are going to have it displayed with the screaming head. If you have the Hank Pym in the books, the coveralls from the West Coast Avengers, put that head on that, and he makes a great looking goon, just like a big thug. This is one I was very excited to see.
I'm very excited about this, just like I was with Crystar, the Crystal Meth Warrior.
And he's right up there with Death's Head. I love seeing Rom get hit.
I want them to keep dropping like one-off characters like this. Crystar, Death's Head, Rom, characters that, they technically kind of were a part of Marvel, but not really. They're also separate.
So that's why I like to see like the Marvel Comics Transformers, the human characters like Electrocute and stuff like that. They're able to look cool in action figure form.
However, can we just say every time, and I think as a Marvel community who collects Marvel toys, every time that there is a fan stream where they announce new figures and they do not announce motherfucking Rick Jones, we need to trash them. Because Rick Jones
and the UFOs,
staple of Marvel Comics. He was the everyman. He has been multiple characters. He has been everybody's sidekick. He was the character that they would put in a comic when they wanted a kid to feel like somebody like them was in this world. And the fact that we still do not have a Rick Jones is an affront to Marvel fans everywhere, and Hasbro needs to be yelled at every time they don't make this figure finally.
You'll get a Rick Jones, man. Just wait until he enters the MCU. They'll make a Rick Jones by then.
I don't want an MCU Rick Jones. I want a comic book Rick Jones. Period. End of story. I don't care if you put him in a Bucky costume.
And Rick Jones ain't gonna look like Rick Jones. He's gonna be like Ricky Jones.
I know. He'll just have the name Rick Jones.
You're expecting him to be a dude.
It's Risha Jones. Thank you very much.
It's like Rom got butt. They're like wearing nothing and nothing. Oh, but they got the boot swivels like we were talking about on the Thundra. They're hidden in the sculpt.
He's wearing thigh highs.
They need to always do that. Hide the boot swivel. The thigh swivel. But it's a fantastic cut. The silver looks great. The silver looks better than the...
I hope it actually looks like that when it comes out and doesn't just look like gray plastic.
Yes, we need Ross and Talbot too. We need a Betty. It's like on our want list. We want Rick Jones. We want Betty, Ross, and Talbot. And plus, with Rick Jones and Betty, they can actually have multiple head sculpts for different looks throughout the years. Yep. Betty could have the short bob cut blonde hair from the 90s, then the shoulder length brown hair like were a normal look for the longest time.
Let me tell you,
Rick Jones, the different head sculpts for the 90s look. Then you can have him like his, have a red jacket, have removable like mega bands for when he's bonded with Marvel. They
would make Rick Jones a deluxe and give him all the accessories so he can like
2-pack. Make him a 2-pack.
A little bit like I don't care. But give us Rick.
You have an option to do a 2-pack or a 3-pack Rick Jones.
I think
Rick Jones with the different head sculpts and deluxe pieces, all the different pieces for it. A-Bomb, his A-Bomb form. Then Marvel in his Captain Marvel outfit.
Yep.
I want to say
I would buy that 3-pack in a heartbeat.
I want to say
make it a 4-pack. I want him as Bucky too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I want to say with the reveals they've done today,
Rick Jones,
especially with the Spider-Man, I think this is Marvel really turning things around, and we're going to start seeing a lot more stuff we want than what we don't want this year.
Ooh.
I'm going to be real honest. Last year was one of the best years for Marvel Legends we've had in a while. So they really stepped it up in 2024. It appears like they're doing a lot of characters that a lot of people want in 2025 so far.
Yes.
Yep.
So
every one of these redos has been on everybody's list.
This is a step in the right direction. What they're giving us today. So
original.
I am so excited for because
the original one is just a piece of crap.
Yeah, it was a piece of crap. By the way, I just got rid of mine. However, I do still have my Marvel Select one, which is technically too big. However, it's still an awesome figure.
I love this armor look too.
Yeah, dude, I'll be real honest.
I like how bulky it is. It looks like it's big enough to have somebody in there.
Looks like actual
this is
machine,
probably my favorite Iron Man armor ever. Is the Ultimate Iron Man.
Yep.
And
I like how they did the thrusters. You got multiple thrusters on the legs.
it looks more like a dude in a suit. It looks more realistic. It looks more like, he's wearing a piece of
And he's
equipment.
got the detail. He's got flat thrusters on his hands too. So when he's flying, it's not just his legs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
I would love it. Us Marvel UK, Motor Mouth, and Kill Power. But this is beautifully sculpted. Looks great. Love the design. Much overdue for that one. And yeah, the King Collector says, yeah, Marvel Select one was awesome.
Yeah, I love the Marvel Select. It's a great figure.
And he comes with another comic book.
I don't know why nobody gives a crap about the little comic book. But
You're not going to pose him with a little teeny tiny comic book of himself?
no,
They're going to be lost within a week when people buy
that's
those.
going to get thrown away. That's not even good enough to put in my fodder bin.
I
am I
mean,
gonna do
you
with
could.
that?
I mean, okay. Hey, let's say you're using them to make like a replica of Quinn's comic book store.
No,
You make a display of
Quinn
his
can
comic
do
book
that.
store.
Quinn can do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm probably
The only character that those
I'm just
go
saying.
well with is Deadpool.
Now,
That's it.
I have
true.
to say,
Deadpool
the one
is-
figure I have no interest in is this one. Nothing against Miles, but just
I mean, I have several Miles figures already.
exactly.
Yes, this one does have newer articulation in the torso.
It's not new sculpt, but it's
But you're right. I was like, okay, cool, but
I wanted to see another redo. This is not technically a redo of anything that's been bad because they've.
no. I've got the one from GameStop that came out a few years ago, which is still a really good, solid figure. And it's a good figure as for an older comic version of Miles. Hey, real quick, I gotta give me a minute. I'm gonna mute. I gotta go take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mean, the only Miles I have is the movie one, so this will be my first comic book Miles.
Well, it's for people who missed it out. This is great.
Yeah.
I already have a really nice Miles.
Which one do you
Phoenix
got?
book. I think it's the gamer one,
The Gameverse, yeah.
and it's the bigger, taller one. It's got the different effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great figure. I don't need this.
Yeah.
For those who don't have a Miles, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more logic to have a buzz cut than the giant hairs and try to fit down over the mask.
Yep.
He's got like the animated one that's got like a Time Lord technology in the mask, so because it compresses everything down to skin tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are all good reveals. So I'm pretty much sure we're gonna get all these except for Miles. It's just I got several Miles figures. I don't need another one.
Yeah, miles and miles.
Same way, like I felt like with the Spider-Man, the maximum one. It looks nice, but I don't know if I wanted it enough, depending on the price point.
Oh, you're not sure, but you're still on the fence on the Maximum Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Not me. I'm already all the way over the fence.
it is a
It is a
nicer-
new sculpted body. There's
Yeah.
not reused parts. I mean, it's all brand new
Yeah,
sculpt.
they still messed with the head sculpts. The eyes on the mask heads are too far apart. When you overlay it, his eyes are like here, so you couldn't see through the mask.
Come on,
Yeah.
Jared. You want this. You want this.
I'm not
Look
really
at
that big
you.
of a Spider-Man fan, so no.
You're thinking of reasons not to buy it. Come on now. Be a man.
No, I don't have a reason. I'm not thinking of anything because I'm just not interested.
I would get it.
Unless
man.
the price
At
point.
least get one. And if you don't want, at least get one.
I don't need it.
Because this thing is going to jump up in price when it sells
I don't
out.
need it. I just turned it off. That's display.
Yep.
I do have. This is a brand new toy company that's going to continue from what NECA never gave us. They're going to give us articulated RoboCop villains. These are just these sculptures right now. They're not articulated yet. But but they're doing two of this guy. One where he's melted and normal. That look very much like the NECA styling on the boxes, but I want to know what these price point of these are going to be and how the articulation is going to be. But I'm digging this. I want Clarence Boddicker. I will at least get Clarence Boddicker.
You and me both.
I like the VHS boxes too.
Very retro, yeah.
Yeah. All these look good. The sculptures, they look like the actors. These look spot on. And you're supposed to be dead. We're killing you.
Hey, hey, he'll put a foot up your ass.
But yeah, these I will at least get, depending on the price point. If they're very pricey, I will still get clearance. And if they depend on the pricing, I will get the rest of them.
I don't think they're going to be too pricey.
Well, it's all depends. It's a brand new company.
It is, but I don't think they're going to overprice them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to start their first figure.
That's a lot of tooling. That's very expensive.
But you don't want to overprice and push people away your first go around.
Yes, I understand that, but
yeah,
that is a lot of tooling.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
If they're going to be articulated figures, you're looking probably way over in 6 figures to get all those tools.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Do you?
This is a new figure, and it looks great. I like it. It's figure art, so it's going to be a little pricey. They're going to do additional details announced on the 24th. Check out full preview of the image below. Looks pretty cool. And we're getting a new Goku. It seems like they make a new Goku every other week.
Still in the 2.0 body.
This does look good. Looks like an all new body.
It's on the 2.0 body.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on the same. It's on the same old body, the 2.0. I know, because I had the figure sitting right here. It's the 2.0 body is what they're reusing. When they've got a brand new body, the 3.0, that looks way better than this.
Saying Born on Earth.
From the superhero movie is what mine is.
Yeah, I don't have that one open.
It's not a bad figure.
It looks good. Goku's one of those like evergreen things that sells. They always sell.
He'll sell, yeah.
The RoboCop figures are 7-inch 1/10 scale, so 7-inch. So it looks like they're going to make them designed to be in scale with the RoboCop figure from NECA. Which I never understood why NECA never made anything else from. They made Ed 209, made RoboCop 3, then they did RoboCop in the chair where he gets diagnostic repairs.
Well, think about it, Jared. It's easy. They don't have to pay for so much likeness rights.
Well, they're a big company, though.
Oh, I know, but big companies like to be cheap. They like to find reasons to be cheap.
NECA does some odd things too, though. If they did that, but they didn't do anything for the new RoboCop movie, which is fine because I didn't like the new RoboCop movie. I didn't mind RoboCop. The new rebooted movie, I think would have been better if they didn't do the black body. It needs to be tactical. Make him black. Because his silver body looks very good. It looks respectful to the original design. How he ends up with it at the end of the movie, because the black body gets destroyed. And that's one of the things with its figure arts with the side characters all get to be exclusive, so it's hard to get. then they're expensive. And they get doing this slowly falling apart. I haven't had any issues about because I don't miss mine too much. I have to see. We get some statues from McFarlane. Making figures. Depending on what happens. If they do decide to sell off Diamond Select Toys. Part of the reorg. I caught it first. Everybody was like still in my mean picture. McFarlane looking at the Diamond Select.
That's what somebody were talking about. That if Diamond Select loses it, McFarlane's got the bills ready. He can start making 7-inch figures.
Well, I know a lot of people. There was some discussion. People talking about like McFarlane losing the DC license. That's not happening. They gave him control of Diamond Select.
Yeah,
they're going to renew his contract again.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be making them 7-inch figures. His
last renewal was supposed to go up to sometime in 2025. They're going to renew it again.
Yeah.
More statues from Diamond Select. I don't like super deformed looking stuff. That looks cool. But statues, I don't collect statues very often. Has to be something really cool for me to buy a statue.
If I was going to go to statues, it would just be all statues. And I don't want to commit to that.
NECA, let's go. We got the Howling Werewolf. The Howling's one of those properties I never got into, like horror movies genres. Just never got into it. Looks accurate from what I remember for the show. We're getting Universal Monsters, more NECA from The Mummy. Which, my only thing I can see is possible traffic cone thing going on with the lower body. And those elbows are hideous. At least you don't have to worry about them breaking. They're huge. Those are giant elbows. Those are McFarlane level elbows. And they're like so round. It's obviously like a stick out point for the joint.
They do that a lot with some characters because they do a lot of robe characters for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Series does that a lot. They got a lot of characters like that because of all the robe Jedi and Sith and stuff like that, and so they have big bald elbows. Which, if you're going to have his hands up, no problem.
Yeah.
If you're going to have his arms straight down to the side, then yeah.
This right here looks fine. This, nah. Oh yeah. If hopefully that line does well enough that we can get Lewis and other characters, and I would love to see that. I want to see what the price point is and what their articulation range is going to be, but they're going to be spending a lot of money on tooling. Is all I know.
I just want to see, and I forget the character's name, but in his "I'm melting from nuclear waste" look.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forget that character's name. Yeah. I forget his name, but
which one is? I know Clarence Bonniger.
I don't remember which one it is, but like.
Let's cheat. Look at the boxes.
And then he's got to come with a feature where if you hit him with a 1/12 scale car, he just disintegrates.
Yeah, it's a meal. I like the VH. It's a meal of the character's name. But yeah, I would assume this is just going to be a statue, and this seems like it would be too hard to articulate. The other figures will be fine, and it seems like a lot of tooling just to articulate. Somebody, help me!
Now he just needs really good articulation so that he can either be a normal figure Or you can put him in some crazy like that pose. He just needs better articulation.
Oh, make all his joints magnetic where you just pull them apart.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Oh, this is what we were touched on earlier, like the Diamond Select filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They're $41 million in debt. So they're selling stuff off, trying to get some investors. Fell in 1982. Which I think with a lot of it, they've had like some parts already sold off to other companies. What we were talking about. We got some Transformers, like they had a big show over in event. We got, this is the Devastator we were looking at last week. Devastator, I'm sorry, Predaking.
Predaking, yeah.
We got some good pictures of it.
I like the Rodimus. It's
Yeah.
it's a stylized look, but I like the Rodimus.
The Rodimus is based off his IDW look, I believe. This is transformable. All the bots come apart, and you can transform it all. We're getting a repaint of the Power Master Prime. They just basically just released. We're getting the black convoy. This is the Macross crossover. It looks like an Optimus Prime Macross crossover. For some reason, he's got a guitar. The alt mode looks like it's probably a Valkyrie.
And music was a big part of Robotech and Macross. That's why. I'm guessing that's why. So,
but he's got like a Prime style chest and a Prime looking face mask, but the vehicle mode looks like a Valkyrie, like one of the more advanced Valkyries from newer series. They don't show any of his alt mode, but looks cool. This is the Predacons. So they all transform. Looks like basic transformations, but they do transform. And the combined mode looks fantastic. It looks great. But I'm kind of digging this crossover.
that actually looks pretty cool.
Oh, I was wondering if it's coming out of Matrix. The guitar's got like the Matrix too as well. He'll start playing some Stan Bush music. I got the touch. Got the power. This is to explain what this is.
It's like isn't it based off of the original
Prototype they never made.
Yeah.
The RC was a transformer that never got. It was first female. Oh, well, not the first female Autobot. First transformer. We had those in season 2 with the female Alita 1 and her warriors. And back in like way back too, we had like Nightbird, the Japanese robot Megatron modified. But this was supposed to be the first female transformer toy. Never got released. You know that the first female transformer ended up being a Minerva. Was a repaint of Night Beat, but they're using the Missing Link line, which is articulated G1 style transformers. They're going to do a Missing Link RC, which the novel on that's pretty cool. You can actually have RC. I know, like the design is kind of, man, that's weird looking designs. Like it's basically supposed to be off G1. And the more I look at that, the more I like that.
That's like if early 90s Jack Black was the Transformers.
Get through this. I might take a lot of pictures of it. There's all the weapons for the Predaking. I would like to see a company out there take, because they scaled this thing way down. It's smaller than standard Masterpiece scale because they switched to. They're not going to do a standard scale anymore for their Masterpiece line. They're going PG now instead of the regular Masterpiece line. So I would hope some company takes this mold and upscales it back up to the classic Masterpiece scale. That's why I didn't buy it, because I don't want a mainline size Masterpiece figure. Like The base mode robot is the same size as the Steel Series 86 Optimus Prime. Before you armor it up with the trailer. Like, Rat Trap. He's went up for pre-order. He's basically finished up the season 1 Autobot. No, not Autobots, Maximals. We still need to get Tigertron and Air-Razor. But before they added Tigertron and Air-Razor, but it's main cast Autobots. He looks great. He looks the part. I just haven't been collecting the Masterpiece Beast Wars. I got burned on it because when they did Dinobot, he had so much quality control, he was a piece of junk. And I returned it, got a refund on it. So, and that's saying a lot for Transformers fan. As much as I love Beast Wars, and Dinobot's my favorite character from Beast Wars, and I returned it. More mainline stuff. It's getting released in these are just the Japanese versions of the show. There's not really much difference between they don't do different. Back, I don't know, like 10 years ago, the Japanese versions of the Transformers had a lot better paint, had some retooling and stuff, but they don't do that now. They just release the same figure from US into Japan. And it's like Toy Art. Well, the same people run Toy Art runs TFW. They don't put, when they take pictures, they just dump them in there and they don't put them in any order. It gets annoying. Now there's that Rodimus you said you liked real well.
I like that. I mean, that just looks cool.
It does. It is a fantastic looking piece. Here's more of that RC. That's the novelty of it. I like it. I kind of dig it. It's goofy looking, but I still dig it. And I kind of like the Sunstreaker. The thing I like about the Sunstreaker, well, it always comes with a spike. They come with Diaclone drivers. And one of them's painted up like Spike. The thing I like about Sunstreaker, the Sunstreaker mold back in G1 was the very first Transformer. Diaclone, he was the very first figure. So, you can articulate one of that one, it'd be kind of cool. Plus, it comes with Spike. That's a Diaclone. I don't have any Diaclone drivers. I would love to have that. Makes me want to get that, just go and have that. DNA Design, they're making a Studio Series change to their Galvatron set. Most of this is we've seen before from basically all this down here, but we're getting a new headpiece to make it more like the movie accurate. But basically it's all the same what we had before except for a new head and colored to match the Studio Series Galvatron, which is a great looking figure. And this makes it even better. So here's the different variants, like the standard height adds a little extra height to it. Change the crown so you'll get more squared off points on the crown. This is the crest is leaning back, and you get the points on the side.
You know what I would be interested in as a non-Transformers collector, but what I would still be interested in is if Hasbro in Marvel Legends scale did the Pretenders line. You know, which was just like humans with all the armor.
Absolutely, I would. I've talked to this with a few friends before too. Take those Pretenders and make a line of figures out of just the Pretender shells. They make badass looking warriors, like
they
look like armor, like in sci-fi tech armor.
Yeah, but like do them in Marvel Legends scale so they'd fit in with the Marvel Legends collection.
In Japan, they actually were human size in their human forms.
Yeah, that would be something I would be very, very interested in. And Hasbro has the license. I mean, I don't, and they're well versed in doing that scale of figure. I mean,
do that. Do Spike with Wiki, Carly, Chip, and all those different characters in Marvel Legends style, or do them in G.I. Joe classified style.
Yeah,
You know, you own these brands. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
It's one of those things that seems like a no-brainer.
Yep.
You know, you're a company that's very successful in 6.5-inch scale figures.
Mhm.
You're a company that owns the rights to arguably the most successful toy line in the world, which is Transformers. Put those two things together. There is a line, and look, I know a lot of people didn't like Pretenders, you know, as far as like a storyline and all that kind of stuff. But as far as toys, as far as what they could do by mixing those two things they already own together, I guarantee you that shit would sell like a.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird the fact they're actually licensing out the Cops brand to Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Yeah, it is.
Why don't you just add that to your G.I. Joe line? Because it is a continuation of G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Which Fresh Monkey Fiction is going to do like some amazing stuff, what they've shown so far, but their stuff looks like it's based off the toys. So I wonder if their license only is allowed to do the toys, and if so, if Hasbro says we want to do the TV show version of the characters, they can. So I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff, man, and we've talked about it many times. There's a lot of stuff Hasbro just leaves out there on the table.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well,
it's like why?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
they own Visionaries, though. Those would make great figures.
mhm.
Mattel owns Knights of the King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. So,
And again, this is like okay, Visionaries, for instance. Visionaries was a Marvel comic, just like ROM, just like Crystar. You could easily put those in the Marvel Legends line.
mm-hmm.
And
and plus two, the characters that they are Transformer characters that Marvel owns, like the Circuit Breaker and a few others like that. Do a deal. Hasbro owns Transformers, and even though Circuit Breaker is technically a Transformers character, but they don't have the rights to because it was created for the comics. While you have the comics, we're doing a license deal with Marvel Comics. Do characters that's based on your property.
Yeah. It
I
seems like a no.
I was doing the rat trap pose when I was doing that. But the rat trap looks great. Yeah, I think he's retailing it to $105. Masterpiece rat trap. It's got articulation in both beast mode and robot mode. You can turn it
By the
head.
way, Jen's got another great idea. Reissue all the Action Masters in 6.5-inch scale Marvel Legends size.
Yes.
Dude, those and give them Marvel Legends articulation. Those would
That's what I wanted the Red series to be.
Yeah.
That blind box line that's coming out now, they're like a 5.5-inch line, and their figures look like they're in scale with one another. That's what the Red series should have been that they did a few years ago that was released to Walmart. But they made all the figures exactly 6 inches tall. So Megatron and Optimus were the same height as Bumblebee, but when you upscale Bumblebee to be the same height as Optimus and Megatron, he looks like he could rip Optimus and Megatron in half.
I mean,
He's
that's
short.
what happens with Badassatron.
Badassatron. But yeah, it's makes no sense. This is just Japanese solicitations for the figures we've already seen. There's no difference between the American and Japanese release anymore. So get that. Nice group shot of the original cast of Beast Wars before they added Tigertron and Air Razor. That finishes up basically your core 5 at the start of the series. The Maximals. Rhinox and Dinobot were my favorite 2 characters. Followed by Rat Trap.
This is what they did to Rhinox and Beast Machine.
What they did with the Rat Trap too in Beast Machines.
Yeah.
But Beast Machines was written by a guy who basically hated Transformer fans. This was announced. It's a reissue of Triptychon, but in cartoon colors. For for those who missed out on Trypticon, it's great. Plus, you get a cartoon different. It's not just straight up reissue. You get a different color scheme. Just not for me because I got the Takara version and I'm happy with it. And that's when they were doing different versions. The Takara one's better. This is a reissue of this guy and the Diaclone version of Top Spin. Or Top.
Does it do the pullback and jump and flip into transform?
Unfortunately, no.
That would be cool.
And basically, pictures they're doing combined mode. What you'll see, we got doubles of the same limbots, but this is basically what you'll get when these all combined. It looks great. It's cartoon. It's a cartoon style Superion. I like it, and you can actually put those parts onto Minosaur, and vice versa. So you can the Scramble City. And again, Grotesque Beats, great. Go subscribe to them. Fantastic music.
Yep.
Nobody subscribed to him since I mentioned him.
I've already subscribed, so.
Everybody in the chat, you need to go subscribe to him. Makes such fantastic music. Such a cool dude too. But that's all I got. And
we covered everything.
Pretty much.
JB just left to go play with Plastic Man.
Yep.
He did.
I'm back.
Matt, did you say earlier that you were looking at selling stuff?
I'll be right back, guys.
Are you still selling stuff?
Yes, I am. Yep.
If you'll shoot me a text of what you're trying to sell, I might be interested in buying some of it.
I can send you. Where is it? Hold on, give me a second. I'll put it in the private chat because I've got it up on Marketplace. So you can see what I've got.
Okay.
How to pull the. I usually do this on my phone. That one there. Open up, you son of a. Anyway, yes. For those that are asking, I'm selling pieces of my collection that are either just stuff I don't need or stuff that I don't want to collect anymore. Basically, does that make sense?
And stuff that you don't want to carry with you.
Yeah, just because I might be moving and I don't want a lot of stuff. So I've been going through. You know what's weird is now that I've been going through my collection, I've started getting excited about stuff again because I'm clearing out stuff that I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm starting to get excited about my collection again because I'm like, okay, so now like as I was clearing through stuff, I realized, oh, I've got 4 of the figures already that I need to do an Invaders team. So now I'm going to start doing some of the other figures that I need to finish that Invaders team and stuff like that. I've actually started getting more excited about my collection. I know it doesn't look like I've cleared out a lot because I honestly haven't. My room is still absolutely packed with stuff. However, I am selling a lot. I just put it in the private chat there if you want to look at it. You can
All right, I'll save the links.
The link to the stuff that I'm clearing through, and it's a lot of either Marvel Legends that I either have multiples of, or stuff that I have one version of a character and I don't need another version of a character. Stuff that I don't really hardcore collect. Stuff that's not in a scale that I collect. I'm getting rid of all my Star Wars Black Series and anything 6-inch scale Star Wars, including Mafex and Revoltech, not Revoltech, because that was a gift from somebody, but and just sticking to the 3 3/4 and 4-inch scale stuff. So yeah, I'm purging my collection of stuff that I don't really collect anymore, and it's got me more excited about the stuff that I do still want to collect. So yeah, I'm down to 9 9, count them, McFarlane figures. And the only reason I'm keeping half of those is because they're customs. So, you know. But
You started getting rid of the stuff I gave you?
I haven't gotten rid of it. You haven't. I mean, there's nothing you gave me that I'm getting rid of.
What you call it? The Destroyer and Eric Masters and Thor.
Oh, no, I've got those over there. They're on my Thor shelf.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, no. Thor, so characters that I don't get rid of really anything. Thor, Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man. Those shelves are basically staying the same. I think I'm getting rid of some of the movie Spider-Man stuff. I'm not getting the only Captain Americas I'm getting rid of was some of the MCU Captain America stuff because I'm clearing through my MCU shelf. I'm getting rid of a couple of Iron Man figures, like that blue Gamerverse Iron Man. Didn't really want him. There was a couple of other Iron Man figures that I was like, I don't need. But none of the major ones. So yeah, just different stuff. Clearing through my collection, and it actually has given me a renewed interest in the stuff that I'm still going to collect. So it's pretty cool.
I just put the blue Gamerverse one. It looks so MCU one. I just put it down with the MCU Iron Man figures.
It's a cool looking figure, but it's just one I was like, I don't really need it.
It reuses that spacesuit one. I never got it. I think it was a Target exclusive. The white one.
Yeah, I never picked that one up. Yeah,
I never saw it at Target. That's why I hate when I hear like it's a Target exclusive. Frick.
Yeah. I don't even remember where I picked it up at, to be honest.
Oh, and all the X Factor figures are going to be Target exclusive. You assholes.
For those of us with a red card, yay for us.
Of course, you got to be quick too, though. Xavier went up this week, and he sold out in 2 hours.
Didn't really care about him. So
I didn't. They did exactly what we were talking about. They were going to do. They was going to use that Hank Pym body. It's too big. It's too big for Xavier.
It didn't really do anything for me. I don't care about Xavier.
Matthew, Customs by Matthew, he made Xavier out of G.I. Joe parts, and it scales a lot better.
Yeah, that one just really didn't do nothing for me. So, whatever. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But
that's one thing. If you have the the marionette face dude, Falcon. The first Falcon, that body kind of works as an Xavier body.
But like I said, man, for some reason, getting rid of stuff that I'm like, I don't need and clearing out space in my collection has gotten me more excited about collecting, and certainly more excited about doing some customs and stuff.
I need to crack one of these open because
you know what's funny is going through my collection made me finally break down and get the pieces I needed to finish my Build-A-Figure Odin and my Build-A-Figure Thor.
Yeah,
the two, because I've got.
You make it either or.
Because I've got both of them. And one's missing a right leg and the other's missing both legs. And going through my collection, I was like, these are really good figures. Like, those Build-A-Figures are really nice.
Well, this has parts from the staff and the sword. Reused from that Build-A-Figure.
So I finally ordered the parts I needed to finish that Build-A-Figure, which, by the way, glad I waited because the price on those parts had gone down since that dude had come out.
Yeah. They need them now because they got this.
Yeah. And I ordered the parts to finish those two. So I'm going to have both Old Man Thor and my Odin finally finished and on my shelf. I've ordered parts to do some customs for Invaders. It's weird, but it's got me more excited for my collection in a weird way that I'm getting rid of stuff that I don't need.
Thank you for the guys who just subscribed to Leo's channel. And the subscriber count did go up.
Nice.
You're not going to be disappointed. You can sit there and listen to his music all night long. Just hit playlist and just keep playing.
Well, Matt, I see a few on there that I'm interested in, so I'll have to shoot you a message after.
But yeah, if there's anything you want, I mean, I've just been selling locally, and I've been renewing the pictures every day as stuff sells through. So what you see there are pictures that I just took yesterday.
Okay.
So I think I do need to update the pictures because I've sold a few things.
Is that silver? Is that Mezco? X-Men something? Is that still?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, somebody bought that last night. It's the Mezco X-Force suit Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. My button's not magnetic. I can't do hat on hat tonight.
Oh no!
Let's get the other hat.
Stream canceled. Not worth it.
Yeah, I run the stream. Wore the wrong hat. Noisy. I'm sorry.
One thing you will notice in those pictures is there's no 1/18 scale figures. I'm keeping all of that shit.
I was looking to those Black Series.
Oh, there's also no 6-inch scale DC in those pictures either, because that's yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be mailing some stuff to my friend Don. I think I'm gonna have to mail this cake to him because it's just like a piece of fabric. There's
needs a little bit of wire in it, man.
It's so thin, it's almost see-through.
Yeah, that was one thing I kind of liked. So the McFarlane Supergirl was super early in their cloth cape game, and it was not wired, which made it not very posable, but it sat very naturally, like a cape should have.
There you go. Plantain Racing was asking what channel. I'll put it back in. Grotesque Beats. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that? The Sith for Life on the
Supergirl, the McFarlane Supergirl that came out was before they started doing wired capes. It was one of their first cloth capes, and it was not wired, and it reduced the posability, but it draped very naturally over her shoulders.
Yeah,
I did like that.
I like it a lot.
All right.
Hey, wait a minute. Does this reuse some of that destroyer?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't have mine handy. No. This is like a plated, like square plates in armor, not straight. For a second there, I thought maybe it was using the destroyer arms and legs.
This destroyer figure is awesome. The only thing I do want to do, I think I want to do a wash on him and then do a little silver dry brushing over the top of him just to kind of touch him up, which I haven't done yet. But the destroyer is it's a great figure.
Oh, yeah.
While I love the destroyer figure, it's awesome. I wish they would have done one, and maybe they still will, in the older style finish, the older kind of tarnished.
Oh, yeah, the more tarnished look.
I love the look of it. I mean, he's not big enough, but I love the look on this dude. The paint work job that they did on the older one looks phenomenal. And if they would redo this in that, that'd be fantastic.
They
never will, but
they're doing so much better too. The grip hands for Odin. I mean, they're vertically hinged hands.
That Odin. So I do want to get that one because I love the Build-A-Figure Odin. It looks great, but it's much more of a modern take on Odin. That one reminds me of Walt Simonson's art.
Mm-hmm.
That era, because Walt Simonson came along and was doing Thor and he was doing Fantastic Four. He's doing a bunch of other stuff too, but he was doing Thor, and he was kind of following in Kirby's footsteps with his art style, which he's one of my favorite comic artists. Walt Simonson, is it Simonson? However the fuck he says his name. Walt Simonson, one of my favorite comic book artists, and the stuff he did in Thor in the 80s whether it was like, he's the guy that gave us Beta Ray Bill, and he did a bunch of stuff. I think, didn't he also do he did the one of my favorite comic books in the 80s when I was a kid was the Balder limited series. He did a limited series on Balder, which took place all in Asgard. It was 100% an Asgard story, and introduced a bunch of stuff. And Walt Simonson did the artwork to that, and that's very Walt Simonson art inspired. That Odin, which I love the way that looks.
This was like a premium price point figure. Like it people were complaining about the price, but you don't understand. This is a lot of sculpt, a lot of paint. This is a gorgeous piece. He's like $50 right now on Amazon, I think. 45, $50. That's why I ordered a second one. So you can have multiple different looks for them, and if you want to too. I haven't tested it yet, but you can actually. There's a point in the comics where Odin wore the destroyer as an armor. But with the Marvel Select one, you get an Odin head for it. So I wonder if this head will fit on the destroyer. So it looks about the same size. He's a big dude. You're right, JB.
This one sits up a little too high for my taste.
Yeah.
But if you lowered the peg or deepened the socket on the head, and that sat down right, which I could just lower the. I could just deepen the socket on this because this is a spare Odin head that I have.
I was going to say if you could probably pick one of those heads up cheap. I mean, that's already a spare.
Well, because I've got 3 heads. I've got 2 Odin heads and 1 Thor head. Obviously, one of the Odin heads and one of the Thor heads I'm keeping because I'm finishing those Build-A-Figures. This is an extra one that I've got from God knows what the hell I bought that I ended up with an extra one. I can easily just deepen the socket on this head to let it sit down right. That way I don't have to mess with this peg. And then if it sat down further on the neck,
I like how they did the shoulder.
That would actually look really cool if that sat down further.
Yeah.
This peg is really high and thin.
Yep.
So
which is way a double ball peg should be. It should be set up high. That gives you a lot more range of movement. I did the review on the.
If you look at the difference between these two and see how deep set the one on the Destroyer's head is compared to Odin's.
Yep.
So
I was talking about that with the Red Hulk from the new Captain America wave. The peg, the double ball peg, the ball peg just barely sticks up out of the neck. It needed to be like at least a half inch taller or like a quarter inch taller.
This might be a reason to buy an extra one of these. If I deepen the socket on this and then do a peg hole in the back of the Destroyer and put the extra Odin cape that I have on him, that would be some Odin Destroyer armor right there. I think I'm going to buy an extra Destroyer. Just to do that.
Here's an idea. Instead of using the plastic cape, you can get your really nice blue cape.
Yeah.
Soft goods cape.
Because I've got this extra Odin cape. I've spent so long trying to put these 2 figures together that I keep ending up with extra pieces. So I've got like extra spears, an extra cape, an extra head, because I would go on eBay and look for a specific part that I needed for one of them. And it'd be like, oh, it's not just one. Like the best deals would be like, oh, I've got a head and the piece you need, or I've got a cape and the piece you need. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just get an extra cape. Why not?
Grizzlehorn is asking anybody into Mezco. He just got the Dr. Colonel. That figure looks amazing.
Mezco's awesome. Oh, I just realized what time it is.
Yep. I got one Mezco on order, but I do have some other like figures of soft goods. So, and a few of us collect Mezcos. Yes, we do.
This is absolutely my favorite Mezco figure ever, which is Bishop. It is a phenomenal figure. If you're into Marvel, this is the best Bishop that you can get, hands down, from any company. The Mezco Bishop is fantastic. It's one of my absolute favorite figures. Please don't fall. Thank you. Okay, there we go.
Alrighty. We'll have to call it a night, guys. Mr. Geek Fusion has to go do another show, and we'll catch y'all. We're going to do a chat tomorrow night.
Yes, we are doing a chat tomorrow night.
We need to do any homework.
I'm going to watch The Wolfman, so we will be talking about that, the new Blumhouse Wolfman movie. So,
Alrighty.
that. Other than that, I don't know if I think of anything like special we're going to do, like a top 10 or anything like that. I will send you guys a message on Facebook to let you know.
Right now, for the show. Get your list out.
All right.
It's ready.
All right,
I'll give you a 30-minute warning to figure out a list. No.
I usually do it in the middle of the show, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone in the chat, thank you, Mr. Geek Fusion, Sit for Light, JB. I know JB was having to be quiet because of chaos in the house.
Kids in the background, kids, yeah.
That's why I said chaos in the background.
Yep.
Anyway, you guys have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow night.
Goodbye.
Ninja vanish.